pretty bad because you have to go in Deep Meridia and Deep Lower North Air. And the one that I was saying is gonna be terrible because lots of collection.
Yeah, we were talking just before the race, and you were saying that, like I said, Row 2 looked awful to me because it forced fairly deep Meridia and LA, but you didn't like forcing it as much because it doesn't have much collection in it.
Seems like the only thing I'm gonna have to check out is the power bomb count and the missile count. That's good to know.
Yeah, so my thing with rows with collection is that if you slam someone with a row of collection, it might give them freedom to pair with another row that doesn't lose a lot of time because they have to pick up a lot of stuff anyways. So it really depends.
Yep. It's very depending because doing actual collection can be a bit longer than doing running through the game and getting things done. This is basically collection against doing actual things in the game.
Yeah, so ptoil having a bit of trouble in series, gonna be a little bit behind, but it's really tough to play the beginning section of this. Like the beginning section of this, you're pretty much doing all the same stuff up until Bomb Teresa. The main difference is like maybe you'll go get Criteria map, but otherwise it's the same. But you're spending the whole time thinking of what other row you want to do and thinking of your whole route. So the finish in Metal Pirate Room that Derp is going to be forced to do, that's going to prevent him from pairing something like his Spring Ball or Defeat Dragon tile with finish in Spring Ball Room, because he can't finish in 2 rooms at once.
Yep, that's an interesting fact. You can't finish in 2 rooms at once. I believe the only couple of tiles that you can finish is the one we were theory crafting, finishing in a crystal flash while in an elevator.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny discussion. Technically with the glitch you can do it, so it is allowed, but it's very difficult to do. So I wouldn't bank my entire race on it.
Oh no, definitely not.
So having to collect Gravity Suit and skip Varia Suit, that's almost certainly going to be a wreck ship first play.
Yeah, it's basically a force wreck ship at that point.
ptoil having to do 100 missiles. 100 missiles kind of like, that's a lot of missiles you have to pick up. It's a lot of fanfares, but it's also like, it's not hard to find missiles at all in this game. I feel like it's not even as bad as some of the specific area missiles. Like collect all Brinstar missiles, I think is worse than 100 missiles.
Yeah, 100 is not that bad. It's 125 that gets really annoying. Getting 25 packs and 25 fanfare, that's basically 5 minutes that you're spending with just the fanfares.
Yeah, so Derp is a significantly better any percent runner, at least. I think I want to say ptoil has like around a 56 any percent, Derp has like a 48 or something. So execution like that does play a factor.
Oh yeah, it definitely plays a factor into everything. If you can rely on your movement to carry you through everything, it's pretty good. Well, seems like we're gonna have a diversion here, I believe. I don't know if Pito is gonna grab that. Criteria map station.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, I was looking at row 4 a bit, and row 4 doesn't seem too bad. And for ptoil especially, the worst part of that row I think is Criteria Super Missile, which is forced for him.
Yep.
Because he's going to have to go get speeded and come back to where the climb is. But derp getting the Criteria map station, I wonder if he's going for that, or if he's going for column 3, or maybe row, like, I'm not sure.
Oh, missing a missile to the door. Quite unfortunate there.
35 plus power bombs pairs decently well with grapple beam if you decide to do column 3, because there's a power bomb by Crocomire.
Yep.
Both Meridian energy tanks, that fits fairly well into his 6 that he has to grab. 6 really isn't very many. It's like 9 or 10 where it gets bad.
Yeah, column 3 seems to be pretty okay for DLBR. He doesn't have any finish into anything.
It's pretty okay, but it's also like, I would want to see if there's a better one. I'm not the most confident in it. I don't know, it's actually pretty good.
Well, he's already forced to go into Meridia to collect Space Jump. We'll see, because
Oh no, derp doesn't have to collect Space Jump, but ptoil does.
Yeah, ptoil. Sorry, I'm talking about ptoil a bit.
Okay.
So I was thinking maybe column 2 could be something of interest.
So let's see, column 2 for ptoil. So he's got to get Space Jump. That'll get the defeat Dragon for him for column 2. Visit Criterion Meridian Elevator, so he'll be able to get near there pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't think with that one, I'm pretty sure he doesn't need to do much of anything. Basically, kill. He doesn't have to do any like of Norfair. So speed booster. Well, he doesn't. You do need to grab ice or speed, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, he's gonna have to grab speed because of Criteria Super. So, but if he does Brinstar map here, then we'll know like immediately.
Oh yeah. Seems like derp is doing Brin. Nope.
Oh, derp got it. Interesting.
No, he didn't go into the map station.
Oh, okay, I wasn't fully paying attention. He noped out of it then?
Yeah, just at the end, just noped out of it.
Okay, so that...
Oh, maybe he didn't have any missiles and all the guys were dead.
You don't need missiles in that room. Oh, wait, no, you meant as in like...
Yeah.
No, well, that doesn't make sense. You have to use missiles to open a door anyways. You'd
Yeah,
use all of them.
true.
So he was considering getting it and then decided not to. And that's the thing that happens sometimes. It's because you only get your assigned row when the race starts. So you have series, you have the climb to think about it, but you might still change your mind in the middle of the race. The Brinstar Reserve area is a really concentrated area for missiles for ptoil to get towards this 100.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's already at 20. And he can get to 30 just in bank there.
So I'm curious which way ptoil is going to go in Red Tower. I have a feeling he'll go Kraid first, because I think he would be less comfortable with an early wreck ship, and he has to get Speed Booster and make a return trip to Criteria Supers. So it makes Kraid first here not that bad.
Makes it not that bad indeed. but it makes it a little bit.
Like he still has to go get space jump, so he's gonna want gravity anyways. So it's not better, but like not everyone is comfortable enough with an early wreck ship to be able to do it at full speed, so to speak. So if he were to do it, it'd be a significant risk, and he may just lose the amount of time it would save anyways. This isn't a knock on any player, really. It's just that it depends on what experience of Super Metroid you're bringing into this tournament. Like, a lot of people have done PRKD a lot, many percents. They're very comfortable. They can do wreck shit fast. But the difference between being able to do that and being less experienced with the crate first route is huge. You're not going to lose that much time making mistakes with crate first.
You save because this is a race, and dying is very relevant with early Phantoon.
So yeah, as I kind of figured, ptoil went down.
Alright.
And he didn't get Brinstar map, so he's not doing column 2.
Yeah. He could be doing column 3. It's not a bad one for him too. He has to collect the power bombs. The rest of the stuff is basically on the way. The only problem is he didn't grab Criteria Map Station, but he might grab it on his way to grab the Criteria Super.
I think that would actually be faster to get it than to get it at the start of the game. So that's like, that'd be a really smart play if that's what he does.
Oops.
Criteria map is one of those like, oh, he misses the crate quick. Oh no, he gets it second try. That's really good actually.
Yeah.
Like, it's so good to be able to recover from your mistake there and not have him rise up.
Fun fact, it's actually RNG dependent because when Crate open his mouth and throw rocks is RNG, and yeah. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And that's a slow.
Oh yeah, the skip charge beam tile needs to go.
Oh yeah. Forgot that was even there.
So like, while derp hasn't done, I don't think he's run Phantoon first route for any he's done a lot of rando, so he still has some experience with stuff like this. ptoil's done rando as well, but I think he's done more of the SM rat accessible settings, which wouldn't force stuff like this.
And that's a dead ghost. I believe that's 35 for ptoil.
The derp is grabbing the wreck chip supers because that's what you do in any percent. This is like by far the most on the way super pack in addition to the first one.
And He is skipping I jump boot very nicely. Some people forget about that kind of things.
Yeah, and because you want to go into the room for the E-tank still, it's really easy to autopilot and still get it.
Successfully skip I jump boots. It's basically when you do any low percent and you have to skip those missiles before charge. It's the hardest part of the run.
Well, you do it in 100% as well because it saves 1 second. But so there's actually a lot of situations where you'd skip charge missiles. But if you're doing a lot of any percent and you try and do low percent, yeah, that can happen. There was a funny thing. We had a multi-category tournament last spring, and low percent was one of the options for the top 8, and it never came up, which I'm very sad about. It never got rolled. But they had the stipulation in the tournament rules for it that if you accidentally picked up that missile, you were allowed to go to the red tower save and then turn your game off and load a backup save at red tower that didn't have it, just so you could still finish with 14%. The wreck ship first route is just like, even without the gravity suit and skip various suit tile, it's just super nice still because derp has to destroy 1 statue, so he has to visit the golden foreroom, and it's going to be not very far out of his way since he'll be in criteria.
Oh, ptoil grabbing those missile after.
Oh, he really needs to reset the room. He has no choice but to go back at this point.
Yep.
It's not necessarily... It's slower to grab the speed missiles on the way out because you want to have more run speed with your speed booster. You can do it and still make it, but you have to be a bit faster.
Yep.
The anti-bingo part is specifically picking a row for your opponent. And we call it anti because it goes against the idea that we usually do for bingo, where you try and pick a fast row. Instead, you're trying to pick a slow one.
Seems like ptoil is thinking about grabbing wave.
I think anti-bingo itself, like just anti-bingo without a double aspect, I think people first started doing that in Ocarina of Time. It was pretty interesting. But that's a much larger game than this. SM is pretty short, and the extra row helps balance things a lot too.
Seems like he's going to go kill the big guy. That might be the grapple beam right there.
Oh no, actually, so you don't choose rows for each other and then both have to do them. It's not like a draft. It's actually whatever row you get, you're allowed to pick any row of your own choosing to pair with it. And because that's of your own choosing, you can change your mind at any time during the race. You just have to do one other row in addition. Doesn't matter which one it is. So because of that, the second rows these guys are going to be doing, they're not going to be marked because none of them are forced. So if you do something like accidentally grab high jump boots when you're forced to skip it, then you have to reset to a save that doesn't have it or start over. So That can essentially be a concede, but you don't have to concede. You can start all over, but of course, you're very likely to just lose outright because of that. So Canadian Owl mentioning Derp nearly did a bad thing. I think he was referring to him blowing up the Meridia tube. If you leave the room on the same frame that you trigger the tube cracking, you soft lock the game. Samus, like, the door shuts on you in the next room loads fine, but Samus is just frozen in pose and won't accept any of your inputs.
That's the first power bomb for ptoil.
Yeah, so column 3 seems likely for him, and yeah, he's going to go down and grapple beam here. Croc is nice for first powerbomb because you get to do like kind of single trip Norfair and get your first powerbomb out of it without having to go all the way up to Red Tower first.
You don't have item boots for that, unfortunately. And that's 45.
There's a few missiles here too, so this is like,
yeah,
it's hard. It's hard to make super bad decisions, I think, if you're forced to get 100 missiles.
I think he didn't have any run speed for that. It's gonna have to bomb jump.
Yeah, to make that jump without high jump, you have to run all the way from the right wall with full run speed.
Huh, quite interesting. Going there for missiles, or no, just for the reserve?
Norfair reserve tank or wrecked ship reserve tank. So Derp might be doing row 4.
Oops, wrong color. Yeah, that's pretty interesting right now.
I think row 4 is like really fast.
Oh yeah. The only thing out of the way is the criteria super, and you can just go grab it right now.
Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes you actually choose to pair a row that's parallel. So you have to do 10 goals instead of 9, but the goals synergize so well that it ends up being faster.
ptoil.
So I guess actually, like, I was favoring the choice of row 2 to force, because you have to go to Meridia and Lower Norfair.
Yep.
But I think, like, the weakness to like, basically the problem with the row, as you said, it doesn't have much collection at all. And the main weakness to that is if you can find another row that works well with it that also doesn't have collection, then you can get a really fast time with it. So while I think it's a pretty nasty row to force, it also entirely depends what else is on the card.
Oh yeah, definitely. For every row, the problem is a row that looks like it's completely evil could be pretty easily made pretty fast if there's a row that complements it really well. It's all about finding that row that complements it. Interesting that derp decides to grab grapple instead of going for the ice clip.
Oh yeah, ptoil shouldn't have the gravity and skip varia, because he has varia and not gravity.
Oh, it's skip varia. I thought it was one of the two. I got it. I should have the grapple beam. Grapple beam.
So I really don't like doing the ice clip if I don't have a full beam combo, like Ice Wave Spazer.
Yeah. I guess you're with the setup. You do the full setup.
Yeah, like that's fairly consistent. But if you can't one shot it, then and also if you don't have wave, it gets annoying.
Yeah, definitely. It still sounds like if you're competent with it, it sounds like it would be faster. Oh, ptoil. Nope, you can't do that here.
Yeah, that there's a block there. It's removed in rando so that you can get back up red tower. That's to like simplify the logic, because otherwise you can actually end up down a red tower with no items to get back up and save down here, and you're just screwed.
Yep.
But in vanilla, obviously, I mean, obviously the ROM isn't edited, but like still, you're guaranteed to have items to be able to get out. What sucks is that he has to bomb jump this.
You can actually do a short charge in the 2 rooms, but into the charge room, but it's pretty hard to do.
That is a really hard short charge. It's actually it's just barely possible to, if you open both doors, it's barely possible to do it in room if you're really good. But even just doing it at all is pretty hard.
I had a lot of fun in randomizer with that short charge. One of my friend wasn't able to do it properly, and I was just like, yeah, I'm doing it.
There's actually a pretty crazy diagonal bomb jump you can do. Like if you wall jump up to the ledge, there's a diagonal bomb jump chain you can do that gets you up there. That
sounds pretty epic, actually.
I'm not good enough. I wouldn't do it, but I can do the short charge at least. But like, it took me years to be able to do that. I have literally started the old Desi randos. I've literally started Seeds over because I couldn't do that short charge. So Derp is in Meridia and working on his E-tanks.
Yep, he required a bot-wound E-tank now.
So I'll have 5 after that, and since he has to finish in Metal Pirate Room... Wait, where's he going? Oh, he's going to Spring Ball. I guess he's not going to bot-wound at all. That makes sense.
That makes sense, he can do that afterward. Like it could make sense that he'd do it at the end completely.
He doesn't have to do Dragon.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But he does have to do bot-wound. If he wants to go... Wait, what?
He doesn't have to do bot-wound at all. Like he's got collect Spring Ball or defeat Dragon, and he's gonna do Spring Ball, so that he also gets the square in row 4. But yeah, there's nothing he needs bot-wound for. So he still needs 2 E-tanks. I was gonna say one of the really easy ones would be Firefly Room.
Yeah.
Did he destroy a statue on the way back from wreck ship? Okay. I wonder if maybe he forgot.
Well, it's a possibility. Destroying a statue is something you forget all the time.
Oh yeah, if he's doing row 4, yeah, he needs Criteria Super. That's a good point. So him not grabbing the statue now actually does make sense. But I guess like that's ptoil is going to end up doing something very similar.
Yeah. After, I believe after he kills, he gets his gravity, he's gonna do that.
your last action has to be being in the spring ball room. So you don't necessarily have to have spring ball or pick it up. And if you do have spring ball in your row, it doesn't have to be the last thing that you pick up. You could pick it up and leave and go do something else. But as far as the entire bingo goes, the last thing you have to do is be in the room. If that makes sense.
Gets that too. That's 3 things just by collecting spring ball there. And it's another pack of missiles for ptoil. The 35 power bomb is actually a pretty hard thing to grab.
I feel like it's easier than 35 supers.
I don't think so, because there's quite a lot. There's a lot more a power bomb in Norfair and Lower Norfair
Not
than
really.
there's supers. There's 2 power bomb in Lower Norfair.
Yeah, but then those are like kind of automatically the ones that you skip. There's like the thing is there's 25 in Brinstar, and then there's 5 in Criteria that are easy, and then there's 5 in Meridia, which depending if you don't have gravity, that's not easy at all. But if you do, then it is, or you'd get Croc's power bombs. But the worst ones are definitely the Meridia Powerbomb and the 2 in Lower Norfair. For like 35 supers, GTs are usually bad, and there's 3 in Meridia, so if you don't have gravity, then that's bad.
Oh, he did get it. Sorry. And a little something I had to take care of.
Okay, so yeah, derp having to get Criteria Super Missile still. So he's gonna get. I think he's just gonna get Retro Brandy Tank, and then go up Shaft Supers.
Why would
There's
he...
a bunch of other.
Oh,
There's a
he
bunch
needs
of
6 of them.
Yeah, he needs 6. Yeah, he doesn't need any of the other ones around here. So he'll have that, and then his last one will be Fireflies.
Well, there's 3 tile that is basically just brick ball.
He's actually, like, he's literally almost done, even though it didn't seem like it for a while. I think that's kind of how these go, though.
Yeah.
Oh, ptoil's at really low health. He can take 2 hits from Fantoon, 1 now.
And Fantoon's dead. All is good in the land. Can't do that little jump without with speed booster, unfortunately. Ooh.
Oh, he's gonna powerbomb the Boyance to death. It takes 2.5 PBs to kill them. There's a strategy that I really like in this room. To use the blue suit effect from your speed booster to jump over the boyons with the spark already charged. But I think it's pretty
Yep.
easy. But
I think it's one of the easier version to do in there. That's his criteria super missiles.
he actually has spring ball in vanilla. That's so weird.
Yeah. There's so many good strategy with Spring Ball. It's such a pain that it's so out of the way. There he goes to destroy the statue. All according to the Keikaku.
Yeah, this is a good route. Do you know how many missiles ptoil has right now?
I'm not completely sure because I had to look away from the screen for a couple of times. I have him at 70. Row 3, column 1. Yeah, he did get his 50 tank.
I think Rasu is winning.
Yeah, definitely Rosu. The cats are winning. Damn cats.
Ptoil has basically nothing on the board right now because of just the nature of his goals. Are almost all of them are things that you just work towards gradually throughout the whole run. He's got a lot of progress in his 100 missiles, 35 power bombs. He's gonna destroy the statue soon and get the criteria super soon, so I'll have stuff on the board. More than he has now.
He should have grabbed those missiles. He's not really grabbing any of them easy missiles right now. I feel like.
Maybe he's got a plan, or maybe he realized he picked up too many slower ones.
Well, he's gonna go to the ship, so that's gonna give me an idea, I believe.
Yeah, it would be good to do a refill here. Like 38's really low. I mean, I say 38's really low, but when you have gravity, you take so little damage from things in this particular area.
I did destroy a statue. And he has 70, so I was right. Damn.
Oh, this makes things easy. So, this is his 20th power bomb.
Yep. Hey, Owl, you calm down with those things that you're saying. I do believe he only needs to grab the Firefly tank, get into the Metal Pirate room, and that's done. While Pito is still asked to grab 3 missiles, 6 missile pack, 3. I can't work today. I'm sorry, guys.
See, he's still got to go. If he's doing column 3, he still has to go to Botroon and to Mama Turtle.
That is basically doing objective versus doing collection plus objective.
Oh, Gauntlet missiles. I forgot about those. That'll be 10 easy ones.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I didn't expect him to do Gauntlet necessarily in the first place, so I didn't really forget, but... Yeah, so he doesn't actually need to do Gauntlet for any other objective. So these 10 missiles are fairly long to get, actually, I would say.
Road to column 4, destroy at least one statue.
Yeah, derp has the statue.
Yeah, it does. He did. Oh, the card is not doing its thing because I marked them.
Yeah, you did mark them, I see them. It's not
Oh
updating for whatever
no,
reason.
ptoil. I updated the board, it's just lagging for some reason right now. And that's 75, should have been 80. Technologic. Nightwolf. The board is updated on my part. It's not my fault. Don't be angry at me, please. I just woke up.
So that's unfortunate that he missed the other side of Gauntlet missiles.
Yeah,
after spending that much time going for them.
Yep. Thank you, Azur. It's nice to feel good. I can't word.
Obvious statement of the year.
Hey.
Okay, there it updated. I did notice that earlier it looked like you clicked 6 squares at once on the stream. So yeah,
I clicked
it's
3
kind of
of
lagging.
them. Because there was collect spring ball.
Yeah, I meant like literally click 6 squares on like the same frame.
Oh.
That's what it looked like. So yeah, it's definitely it definitely lags a bit.
There we go.
Getting the damage boost. That is the best strat.
Oops, wrong color.
He got it with screw attack too. I don't think he turned it off. Or did he?
No, he doesn't have screw attack.
What am I? I'm sorry.
You can't see and I can't word.
Derp has screw attack, and it confused me.
Oh,
I don't know. I actually don't know why he picked it up. But he is done with a time of 43:14.
That's an excellent time.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the lower end times so far.
I can't remember if ptoil actually destroyed a statue or not. I don't think he did. Blat. It's just now that I realize the blat timer's there. Damn you all to blat.
Alright, so ask him if he wants to come in. He should have just gotten the invite.
Oh yeah. Hairbrain. Oh my god.
So I would say that the row that Derp was assigned, it was just I guess like Lexo was right. It didn't have enough collection, and there was another row that worked well with it that also didn't have much collection. So I think the row
People
choices
underestimate collection a
They
lot.
do. I definitely do. I feel like that's one of my weaknesses. But yeah, so like ptoil's execution, like definitely, derp's execution is definitely better. But I think the row ptoil got really hurt him. I wouldn't say his decisions were bad.
No.
But he's going to be very much slower. He's not that close to being done.
Not in the least.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes,
hello.
we can.
Hello.
Congratulations on the win.
Thanks. I played not great at the beginning of that. Not gonna lie. But
Nobody does. So what did you think of the rows that you guys assigned each other?
honestly, I kind of fell into a bit of a trap giving him, because I saw 100 missiles and 35 power bombs, and my monkey brain went, that's a lot of stuff. I should give him that. But really, I don't know how bad that
It's terrible.
diagonal is.
It actually, like, it was a very good choice, I think. The row that he's pairing with it doesn't mitigate it a whole lot, actually.
Maybe. I think the rest of the diagonal is really good though. Or not good, I guess.
It's bad. He's very far behind, and I can't say most of it is because of his gameplay.
Collection, people underestimate the collection. Just getting out of your way for like 5 seconds to grab a missile pack when you have to grab 20. So that's 5 plus the 7 fanfare, that's 12 seconds. Multiply that by 20 and you get really bad time just for collecting missiles, on top of having to kill Dragon and skipping iJump boot there. Doing collection while skipping iJump boot is evil.
I think the better your routing is, the less picking up items affects you, honestly. Because like if you're good at routing in miners, like if you know where all the power bombs and super missiles are, I feel like it doesn't affect you as much. So
yeah,
maybe
See, that's what I think. That's what I feel like too.
But I'm not sure that's completely true, because anyone, it's gonna take you out of your way to grab the item. Even if you're a 100% player, you're not gonna be able to do the strategy you would want to use. So it's just very slow. Oh, seems like we're getting oh, I think he's rerouting his idea there.
I'm not sure why he's doing Spore Spawn.
Collect all 15 booster super missiles. I think he's rethinking the thing. Oh, maybe he was doing row 3 all along.
Yeah, now that I look back at this card, I wonder if it might have been better to do column 5 instead of row 4. But I looked at the card, I realized like there was nothing that paired well with row 2, so I kind of accepted the fact that no matter what I did, I would have to do a double Norfair visit, which I really don't like, but it's whatever.
Yeah, double upper Norfair is totally fine though.
So I'm pretty happy with my route though. I got everything in a nice loop back into Norfair. I took a bunch of safeties in lower Norfair though, just to be extra safe.
Yeah. Screw attack.
I was kind of like raising my eyebrow at that screw attack.
Yeah, I have not practiced my new route lower Norfair, so I just wanted to get a couple safeties, because I figured, no offense to ptoil, but I thought my movement was good enough and my route was good enough that I would have the time to spare to pick up screw attack, take the refill,
I agree that if you think your movement is better than your opponent, trying to get to be a bit
Nice, he
lifted
just
by
shot
it.
his super through the door cap.
Yeah, that's
I love this game.
It's like shooting a missile or shooting a shot to an enemy, and because he's in your cannon, it doesn't hit. Alright.
Yeah,
Statues
also,
destroyed.
I did have that one awkward moment. I guess it didn't lose me that much time, but for some reason I thought the Brinchstar map station was like in row 4. For some reason I thought I had to do it, and I realized like in the room leading to it, like, wait, I don't
Yeah.
need to be here. Wait a second. That was a little bit awkward, but
We thought that you were going for column 2 and then changed your mind in the middle of that room.
no. I thought about column 2, but that the elevator there was no good way to route that in because I had to go to the statue room. So, like, the best way to do that would be like finish Fantoon, go to the statues, and then go all the way back to the elevator. And I didn't want to do that. It might not have been bad now that I look at it, but yeah.
I think your decisions were good. At first it looked to me like you had forgotten to destroy the statue after wreck shit, but then we realized that your route was taking you up through Kateria Super and then going to do it then. So I thought that was good.
Yeah, as soon as I made it to wreck ship, I had my general route in mind. Just go into Norfair, go back up, and then go back down. So once I got that, things went a lot smoother. I actually had a really nice Fantoon fight. Not like insane, but I didn't die. And also first try HPJ. That was nice.
That is pretty nice. Cause you don't do that route for any percent, right?
No, not yet. I'm still working on old route.
Okay, that's but like even so, your rando experience, it's you have experience doing that sort of thing from rando at least.
Actually, I don't know if I ever did HPJ in rando. I did a lot of the spring ball across the moat, but I don't know how much HPJ I did. I just put a lot of practice into it recently for some meme categories, and I guess it paid off because I got it first try. But you know,
which categories are you doing it for then?
I honestly don't remember. It was let me look. Oh, I remember what it was. It was the reverse beam order. I did it for that because I did ship first. And I put a ton of time practicing HBJ for some reason because I wanted to do it, I guess. And obviously it paid off because now I can do that in a few tries. I did not expect to get it first try though. I'm really happy about that. But I guess I've said that like 6 times now.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, I guess like if I wouldn't have expected someone who doesn't run that route a lot to get that first try either. What's also kind of interesting is I'll say this before I forget, for ptoil's part, that we got totally baited into thinking that he was doing column 3 because of grapple beam, but really he just wanted grapple beam to get spring ball for row 3, I think is what's happening.
Yeah, that was one of the other things I wasn't super happy about in my route. I'm not really comfortable with ice clip. So I definitely need to work on that because now that I say that, people are going to be like, oh, I'm against this guy. Time to make him do ice clip. But if I picked up ice beam instead of grapple, I think it would have saved a bit of time. But, you know.
Yeah, I think so, but I also think that doing it with only ice beam is very annoying. Like, you could have picked up Spazer to help maybe, but that would have been like more time loss.
I mean, I went by both Spazer and Wave. It wouldn't have been the worst thing ever.
No, but it's like I don't know, it eats into the time that the skip itself saves, and then like if you still fail it even with those, then it's like
Yeah. That's why I didn't do it. I was like, I can probably get this in a few tries. Or maybe not a few tries, but I can get it eventually. But like I can just do grapple a lot faster and more consistently.
You could also feasibly like lose the race to it and have done well otherwise. That's what I feel.
Right.
So yeah,
Definitely something I'll need to practice going forward, but I definitely can do it if I'm given it, but I'd rather not.
well, you're moving on to face Feral in winners round 3. How do you feel about that matchup?
I'm not sure. I think Feral is very good. I don't know how good his routing is. I didn't see his match against whoever he raced, but looked like he did it pretty fast. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Looking forward to what I hope to be a close race.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't know that I know how to feel about him either. Like he's very good 90% runner, but a lot of this comes down to routing choices, things like that as well. But yeah, GG's. I don't really have anything more to say, so just if you have any final words or.
Nah, I'm gonna get a head off.
All right, thanks for coming in. Congrats again. All right, so we've got ptoil getting Dragon down to get his space jump square, doing the grapple kill. I'm not sure if he was going for the quick method or not. But like if you get grabbed like this, you might as well just resume. So I think he's got 30 power bombs total, and so after he does this, he'll go down. Oh, you know what? I just realized column 3 is actually terrible because it has finish in Metal Pirate Room. I don't know how we didn't catch that. It's actually a really bad decision. So yeah, like row 3 is just the way more obvious thing to do. So yeah, he'll be getting his final powerbomb pack from the right sandpit in Meridia, but he's going to take to go on the way down to what is it? What am I blanking on? Spring Ball. To get his collect Spring Ball and skip Ice Beam Square, and then he'll be done. Actually, I didn't see how many missiles he's gotten.
I think he's on 95 right now.
Okay, so he'll just get it from the sandpit then.
And now to collect Spring Ball. Spring Bull.
Not to be confused with fall ball. I feel like that has to be what the name of it would be if Moonfall only worked in Morph.
Fall ball.
Yeah, so like if you like let's say your speed wasn't, let's say your speed was capped unless you morphed after doing it. I don't know. I'm just being silly.
Yeah, good old Shack Tool. Killed, but will respawn. The Infinite Shack Tool. And that is it.
Yeah, ptoil finishes with a time of 1:01:09.
Alright.
Alright, so again, I'm gonna ask if he wants to jump in here.
GG indeed. Alright, seems like ptoil doesn't have a mix set up right now. So there's gonna be quite a few races coming in the coming times. I do believe there's gonna be Asder against Sweetnum. You guys don't want to miss that race. That's gonna be a great race at 5 PM Eastern time. And almost right after that, it's gonna be Mr. Guy Average against Masker at 6:30 PM Eastern again. And then I will be racing Easy Danger at 9 PM tonight. So if you guys were missing some Super Metroid action, there you go. There's plenty to get today.
Yep, and also Super Metroid action. We've got the Prodigy tournament, bronze match and finals back to back. That's starting at 8 PM on SpeedGaming 1. Bronze match is Maniacal versus Airy Theta. And the finals are SC versus Aussie 101. So that there's lots of SM going on today. Next thing on this channel is going to be Star Wars Episode 1 Racer at 3 PM. So if you like pod racing, then tune back in about an hour. I used to play that game as a kid, and it's been really it's been really fun watching those. But
alright, well, I've been Lexa. Thanks for having me. Don't forget to follow the runners and follow my good friend Asder here for the commentary. And I'll see you guys next mission.
see ya.